The day you're able to crack making life easier for customers is the day your customers are more likely to keep coming back to your business, because hey, who doesn't like the soft life? Who doesn't like the easy life? You know what I mean? Welcome to another episode of Mbali Talks with me, Mbali, your platform for all things business, fashion, and lifestyle. If you're new to our channel, trust me, you just landed on one of the best channels on YouTube right now. So please don't leave without hitting that subscribe button. It won't cost you a thing, honey. If you've been with us since day one, thank you so very much for continuing to be part of this community. I look forward to growing this channel with you going forward. Today's video is a bit of a follow-up on the video that we did with relation to how you can set up your business for success in 2021. And the reason for this video is because I'm sure you've sat down and you've watched the video and you've put your steps into play as to how you can set up your business for success in this year. But now you're starting to think to yourself, how can you then start getting customers to come into your business and to buy your product, and or to just support and inquire and set up your business in a way that allows you to be able to hook your clients and also be able to keep them. One of the fundamental things that you'll need to learn about your business before you even start it is that business is not just built with money. Whether you have money to start your business and make it big and buy so many products, it will not matter if you cannot build your business using people. These people are the customers that come into your business to find out why they should spend their money on you. Your job is being able to make sure that you not only hook those people, but you keep them coming back for repeat purchases. So this video is about that today. I'm going to be sharing with you my 8 tips about how I think you can actually hook customers and then be able to retain them so that your business keeps growing from here to here to here. Tip number 1 to hooking your customers and actually keeping them is to involve your clients in your decision making. So sometimes as a business person, you get so excited because you feel like you've spotted this product and you really believe in it, and you feel like people are going to be so excited about it because you personally are in love with the product. You go ahead, you buy 10, 20, 30, maybe even 100. If it's a small item, you go ahead and buy 100 of them, and then when you try sell them, they don't sell. Nobody buys. Maybe out of 20 products, only 2 products are bought. And that's not to say that the product is not really good, but it might not be the product that your kind of customer actually wants. So sometimes the best way to be able to handle this situation is that before you actually buy the product, get a picture, get a sample of it, post it on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your WhatsApp maybe, and ask customers, would you buy this? Or if you're not sure of your price point, say, how much would you be willing to spend on this? At FDC, sometimes I find a fabric and I get very excited with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful fabric, you know. I rush, I go ahead and I buy it. I produce so many garments, and then the product doesn't sell. And then maybe 2, 3, maybe 4 people stop by to buy the product, and then nothing else. And I'm stuck with a whole roll of fabric because I buy per roll that I really don't know what to do with anymore because I just got so excited with the garment. So what I sometimes do is do a boomerang. Maybe when I'm at the fabric shop or I'm at the supply shop, I do a boomerang and I post it and I say to clients, what would you make with this? Or what do you think we're making with this? Not only do you get an engagement for your clients, but you also try to sort of stop your risk of making a product that does not sell. And also, customers feel very important when you involve them, such that when you now make the garment, the people who actually thought it was going to be made in that form, or it was going to be made into pants or a dress or whatever, are more likely to come back and buy that garment because they feel like, oh my gosh, you actually went and heard what I say. Therefore, this is a garment I'd like to own. It just also creates a lot of engagement with your customers because remember, there's so many posts online nowadays, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, all these other places, Twitter, you know. But if you're able to keep your customers talking, it means your page keeps booming like this. You keep getting notifications through your stories. Therefore, all these other platforms keep bumping up your post so that more people can see it and more people can actually come into your business and become your customers. So if you're not sure about a new product that you want to introduce, maybe your first product did very well and now you're looking for a product that can supplement that product or can complement that product, but you're just not sure. My advice, do a couple of videos. Post a couple of posts, do a couple of boomerangs, ask people, would you buy this? How much would you be willing to spend for this? Or if there's more than one product that you're thinking of introducing, you could ask, what is your take? Option A, option B, option C. What I like about using some of these platforms is that they actually allow you the freedom to be able to operate on them and to be able to create polls and surveys for your clients without necessarily investing the financial aspect of that part of your business into that product. So then it saves you a lot of money, and also it creates a lot of engagement, and people keep feeling like they're important because you're involving them in your thought process, and therefore they are more likely to keep coming back to buy from your product or to buy from your business. My second tip to hooking customers and keeping them is to use videos to share your story. There's so many videos that you can do. Instagram has Reels, your phone has videos. You can use Viva Video to create a movie of your product. Customers sometimes, they like a product, but they're just not sure how to use it. For the past couple of years, every winter at FTC, we have something called a poncho. It's this very snug, very warm accessory that honestly acts like a coat, but isn't really as heavy as a coat. So some people were not really, getting into it at first when I introduced it. And that was basically because it just looks weird when you're looking at it in the picture. You're literally not sure, how am I supposed to wear this? Not only that, but I've had customers buy it and then they feel like, oh my gosh, this thing is not sitting on me the way that it sits on you. And you know what I did? I did a how-to video. I literally did, it was probably even a minute-long video, because at the time, Instagram was only allowing you to upload 59 seconds of a video. I did a 59-second video of how you can style your poncho or how you can wear your poncho, and I sent it to that client. And when I realized how excited she was to receive something like that, I literally posted it on our Instagram page. I posted it on our Facebook page, and more people are excited. More people are talking about it. More people feel like, oh my gosh, now I know how to wear this. And I can assure you, it definitely led to a couple of more sales than we had before of the poncho. Not only that, but sometimes it just helps you to seem like a business that is informative. You have a product. One of the products that I sell is hair. Sometimes customers feel like, okay, I can see this hair, but I just don't know what to do with it. I will show them tips to take care of their hair. I will show them products that I use to wash my waves. I will show them maybe a straightener that I use on my hair in terms of the brand. All those things just make customers feel like your business is the kind of business that they want to keep coming back to, because it is informative, it shares valuable information, it makes their life easier. And trust me, the day you're able to crack making life easier for customers is the day your customers are more likely to keep coming back to your business, because hey, who doesn't like the soft life? Who doesn't like the easy life? You know what I mean? Tip number 3, which I think is very important when you want to hook customers, is to make sure that you keep improving your product. So when I started FTC, I think I've said this in a couple of videos previously, I didn't know what I was doing. I was literally winging it. So you can imagine that obviously in terms of the kind of product, the kind of fabric that I chose to make garments, and or the kind of garments that I made with those fabrics, maybe they didn't exactly align. But over time, I get my customers saying, oh my gosh, I love your product quality. You have improved. I can see your stitches are getting better. All those things are things that customers like to see. You don't want to buy from a business 5 years ago and buy from a business 5 years later and they're still making the same mistake, or the product is still as crappy as it was from the first day that they launched it. You need to keep amping up the quality of your product in order to be able to make customers to keep coming back. Not only will customers come back, but they will be very willing to refer you to other people that have not spotted your business or people who have not bought from your business before, because their review is literally going to be like, oh my gosh, her clothes are actually better than what they were 3 years ago. And who doesn't want improvement, guys? So I definitely look into that. Always try to be improving your product at all times. It will hook your customers and it will keep them coming back, and it will keep them referring you to other people who are not even your customers in the first place. The 4th tip to hooking your customers and making sure that you keep them is to create a seamless sales funnel flow. What is a funnel flow? This is basically the point where your client sees your product and up to the point where they actually pay for your product. This process right here needs to be the easiest business process that you have, because generally customers are not really sure whether they really want your product for many reasons. There's so many other products that look like your product. There's so many other things that they could be spending their money on. So if you make this process in between uncomfortable, you're more likely to have people not buy your product. You're more likely to have people feel like, oh my gosh, this person, they either didn't answer on time or they can't offer me enough payment plan options, which is something that we're going to talk about later in the video. But you just need to be able to create a seamless way for the customer to move from seeing your product to the point where they actually buy it. This is the place where you hook customers, you know. An example of this is, you know how sometimes, I've also done this so many times, but you go on an online platform, you add to cart so many things, and then you just go out. You don't even necessarily log out, you just drop the page and leave and move on. But because you've given the business or the online platform your email, later on in the day, or maybe a couple of hours later, or even the following day, you get an email that says, hey, this is your cart, we saw that you left your cart unattended, these are the products that are in your cart, or something like, these are other products that customers bought, or similar products that customers bought. Those types of things, they ignite you as a customer to say, oh my goodness, this is my cart. This is the thing that I actually thought I should buy yesterday, but I ended up not buying it. You're more likely to go back to the site, click that link that they've put in your email, and go back and buy the garment. That business is doing very well in terms of how they made buying for their customers easy. They don't say, oh, you added to cart and then you didn't buy. Oh my goodness, we don't care about you anymore. Go away, we're going to find new customers. They don't, guys. They go back to try and nudge you as a customer into the right direction. Also, this is done because sometimes when customers have a lot of options, they get slightly a bit more confused, and the confusion then leads to them not going back to buy the product. So you need to really make this process the easiest business process that you have in your business to make sure that customers keep buying. Not only that, they will just appreciate the fact that buying from you is actually a breeze. Like, they don't have to keep going back and forth and checking whether you answered their email or checking whether you answered their text. You're just literally there waiting for them to buy, and that's the kind of special treatment that customers want. So definitely look into that one. Tip number 5 is something that I think I like doing in my business. I really do, because I feel like not only do we sell clothing, but we also sell a feeling, we also sell a friendship, we also sell a styling experience. You know, this is personalizing your customer experience every time that you have a customer. Remember, as a small business, it's not like you're sitting there with tons of orders to attend to every day. You're more likely attending to real people, either via your WhatsApp or your DMs or even your Instagram inbox. All those people, especially those that have become customers who are repetitive purchasers, need to feel like they're special. You need to show that you now understand this client, you kind of know what they want. I mean, I have customers who'll say, I want this dress. And because they've been buying from us for so long, they are not even going to tell me the size of the dress that they want. Because in their minds, they assume that I know them well enough to know that they are now at 32, or they're at 34, or they're at 36. And there's customers who I know that they want specific things. So when we make that thing, I will probably send it to them directly. And then I know that they're going to be one of the first people to buy that garment. When you create a special experience for your client, you make your client feel special. And tell me you don't want to feel special. Everybody wants to feel special, honey. So your trick as a small business is to make sure that you try and personalize your experience with customers as much as possible. Customers shouldn't feel like they're just buying from a business. They should feel like they're buying from a friend, a colleague, a stylist in my case, you know? And that makes sure that customers keep coming back to buy from you because they feel that special connection with you. In fact, customers are going to end up being the reason why you wake up every day to go and push. Even on the days where you're feeling demotivated, because there's those personal customers that have become more than just your clients, but are now part of the family of the brand that you're building. They're going to encourage you. They're going to ask you, hey, what new products do you have? I feel like a new garment, or I feel like a new this. Those people, when you give them the personal experience, those people come back to pay their respect by encouraging you in your business on the days when you need it the most. My 6th tip to hooking and keeping clients is to deliver great quality service. Guys, no one wants to spend their money on your business while you are busy acting like trash. Like, seriously. Especially when you're starting out as a small business. People generally don't know you, they don't trust you, they're not sure if they should trust you with their money. All those things come into play. So the best thing that you can do for yourself, especially when you're starting out, and I'm not saying now when you're a bigger business or bigger brand, you should ignore your customers. No, I'm just saying it is very important for you as a small business at the beginning to create trust with your customers by providing great customer service. And how do you do this? First of all, you answer messages on time. If customers send a DM or an email or a WhatsApp message, try by all means to be able to be actively involved in those conversations as promptly as possible. Maybe you could say that your response time is 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes. Customers will appreciate that, unlike sending someone a message and they only respond by the end of the day or 2 days later. And even their response is like a one-word answer, the price of the product that you asked for. I mean, like, seriously, I would not buy from that person. And what makes you think customers are going to buy from you if you behave like that? Also, always proactively communicate with clients. If someone has bought a product from you and you feel like the product getting to them is going to be delayed, communicate with them. Say, hey, we're running with delays with our courier, and this is something some of my customers have actually received. And this is something that I actively practice in my business, where I always want to make sure that the customer is aware of what is going on behind the scenes if it is not according to their expectations. For example, when we're in lockdown, well, the major parts of lockdown, where people had bought from us, but we were struggling to get their garments because courier companies were not taking them because they were not essential service products, I had to go back and say to customers, hey, we're experiencing problems 1, 2, 3. And because everyone knew the kind of situation that we're in, they were more likely to be more understanding. They were like, no problem. No one stood there and said, hey, can I please have my refund because you can't deliver my garment? Because I had proactively communicated with them. But if you keep quiet, or if you run into a problem and then you decide, let me not tell my customers and try to solve it out myself real quick, you might find yourself in a situation where people feel like they can't trust you because you took their money and then you've suddenly disappeared. And all it was genuinely just a communication mistake. So always try to deliver proactive communication to your clients. Not only that, when you communicate with your clients, it just makes them feel like you are an open business. A business where they can come and go as they please, a business that understands their needs and their wants, and a business that takes them as the priority. Because for me, customers are the priority of the business. Without customers, you're not making any business. So try and make sure that you're always delivering the best quality service that you can. Also, a lot of big businesses generally have now kind of run out of the spark to be able to create good customer service, because they assume a lot of business come to our business anyway, so it doesn't matter if one person complains and we refund them. It does matter. You will not get to the point of being a big business if as a small business you're not taking care of your customers. The best way to take care of your customers is to create a wonderful customer experience, not only when the person is buying, but also after sales experience. I had a client recently who bought a couple of things from us, and when they got there, they didn't fit. And so when she said, you know what, I'd like to exchange this for a bigger price or whatever, can you imagine a situation where we said, no, we can't take your product back. You're the one who said you wear size so and so it's not our fault that the garment doesn't fit. I mean, that person would not have come back to buy. That person would have badly recommended us. That person could have possibly, which is what people do nowadays, gone online to write about our business or to go and comment on our posts, and that whole situation just goes south. I have customers who have never bought from us, and they're going to come and say, how do I know I'm going to get my hair if I buy from you? Do you know what my response is? Because I know and I trust the kind of brand that I've built. I say to them, please go on our social media, go through our post, and let us know if you see a comment from a dissatisfied customer. And this is not to say that we don't make mistakes as a business, but it is how we handle those mistakes that make sure that the mistakes don't become public. They don't become what sticks onto our reputation. You know what I mean? So make sure that you get this part of your business very right. Deliver great customer service all the time. My 7th tip to help you hook and keep your customers is to reward your clients with sales and discounts. And I know as a small business, you're starting out, maybe you've sold a couple of products, and maybe you've been in the business for 6 months already, and quite honestly, you do find yourself in a situation where you have old stock that has not necessarily been bought at the rate that you thought it was going to be bought at. So what do you do with this? You create a sale, you create a discount. Not only does this make your customers feel like, oh my gosh, we're getting rewarded, this is so exciting, I get to buy the product at a lesser price, but you're more likely to also attract people that have never bought from your business, who have always probably wanted to support you, but have always felt they can't based on the price point that you use. But now that there's a discount or a sale, that person feels like, hey, I can actually buy from this person. And the nice thing about those new customers is the first time that they buy, if the experience with buying from you, previous point, if the experience with buying from you is a good experience, they are more likely to end up turning into a repeat customer. They are more likely to then recommend your product to other people. Not only that, I know in my business, I have people that only buy when there's a sale. And you could easily be offended and feel like, oh my goodness, these people are using me, they only wait for when the product is now on sale price. But quite honestly, those people are still people that bring in money into your business, because at the end of the day, whether the product is bought at the normal price or it is bought at a sale price, it is still going into the same bucket of money, guys. Like, it's insane to walk around and think you're only ever going to offer your customers prices at your exact price. And the reason I'm laughing is because I'm thinking of a makeup brand. I won't mention them, but this makeup brand never used to have sales, like at all, because their products were selling out like this. But their products were also slightly more pricey than a lot of other similar products in the market. It was only after they started noticing, and this is something that's probably been happening for the past 3-4 years, only after they started noticing that other makeup brands that are similar to them, their prices are slightly lower, did they start having sales. They always have sales online now. And that's not to say they sell everything at a discount, but the fact that it nudged them into the idea of saying, people have come to your shop, they've supported you so many times, it would not kill you to hurt, it would not hurt you as a business to reward them with a discount or a sale, a 10% off, a 20% off, a 200 Rand off deal on whatever product that you're selling. Not only does this help customers to keep coming back to your business, but it also creates the kind of traffic that you want going onto your site. More and more people are going to feel like, let's check out what this business is doing. More and more new customers are more likely to buy from your business, as I mentioned earlier, and therefore you're able to retain them as your future customers. My 8th and final point to how you can hook and keep your customers is to provide different payment options. So this is something that I struggled a lot with when I was starting my business, because I was just so excited by the fact that I actually have a business account, and I would be like, no, please use this payment details to make payment, Sometimes what I discovered is some clients, because of the fact that they use maybe a different bank or they're not really familiar with their banking app, they struggle to make payment into our account. And then that would lead to either the customer forgetting to make payment, or they say, you know what, I'm going to try and find someone who can make a payment for me. That whole process of doing that can easily make you lose the customer, just like this. Remember, as I mentioned earlier, you as a business, it's your responsibility to make sure that the sales funnel or the sales flow is as seamless as possible for a client. And what better way to do this by providing clients with different payment platforms? There's EFT, there's Instant Money if you're Standard Bank, there's e-wallet if you're FNB, there's PayPal. There's so many options that your clients can choose from. But if you as a business are very rigid and are only willing to accept one form of payment, I can assure you today that you're going to be losing a lot of sales, and therefore you're going to be losing a lot of clients, because clients are just going to go and buy from another business that seems like it provides a product that is similar to yours, but that they can pay using any other payment platform that they have. And I know some of these payment platforms come with a lot of administration, like maybe you need to go to the bank to go and withdraw, or you might need to incur a couple of fees for you to be able to withdraw. However, what I like about a lot of these options is that they've now made the problem of paying for the withdrawal fee to fall on the customer. And a lot of customers know this. It's also your responsibility as a business to be able to know this. For example, in Swaziland, for some of our customers, we use MTN mobile money to make payment, but mobile money will charge you for a withdrawal each time that you withdraw. So what I normally say to customers is, if you'd like to pay using mobile money, please remember to include the withdrawal fee. And everyone who uses mobile money kind of has an idea of how much the withdrawal fee, so it's not even a fact that I'm going to be cheating the customers or I'm going to be making them pay more than what they need to be paying. It's because they know how these payment platforms work, and therefore each time I make a sale, each time the money comes in, and at the end of the day, all that money leaks back into your account as a business. Whether the money is sitting in e-wallet or in mobile money or in Standard Bank instant payment or even in PayPal, it is all monies that are coming to your business. So why would you not want to make that experience very simple? So if you made it to the end of this video and you're not part of our community, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you can join us going forward. And if you're with us since day one, please turn on those notifications so that you guys never miss out on any of the episodes that are happening on this channel right here, honey. Other than that, thank you so much for sticking by. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.